friends and family, and welcome to the 2023 Open at Austin. It is moving day. This tournament is presented by Lone Star Disc. We are here at the Harvey Pinnock Golf Course, and it is a beautiful day. It's windless, and some birdies are in order. My name is Holly Finley, and I'll be joined by Connor O'Reilly.
Super excited to be here in my hometown of Austin, Texas, for Austin's first ever Disc Golf Pro Tour event. Shout out to everyone coming out to spectate, and here we have a look at that leaderboard. Kristen Tatar, 4 down in the lead, Paige Pierce 2 behind. You see Hansen at even. We've been seeing Missy dropping some highlights. She's sitting only 6 strokes behind the lead, and a lot can happen on this back 9 out at Harvey Pinnock. Here we are, the 10th. It's a par 3 at 276 feet. If you have a good forehand, that's a great option out over this out of bounds here. There's a line that kind of creeps a couple meters into this rough here we're flying over that you need to clear coming into the green. I think there's also some wide hyzers players are taking just to be safe. If you want to throw that turnover, I think you really need to throw a slower disc to let the disc hold for the entire flight.
And that is not holding the turnover line at all.
Do you know what Jessica threw there?
It could have been a Leopard 3. She told me her till disc is a Leopard 3, and I imagine it would be that over the Destroyer.
Yeah, that feels like the disc she probably threw there just didn't quite get the nose down.
I feel like Missy is more comfortable throwing a hyzer than an Annie or a forehand, so she opted for that hyzer route, which worked out great for her. She'll have a putt at birdie.
And yeah, this is a Sarah Hokom separator
for
sure.
Gosh.
She almost rings it.
Hokom from Circle's Edge. She'll have a putt for birdie. Almost threw it in. That's crazy.
I mean, she had to be within a foot of the side of the chains there. Ohn plopping this one down nicely right into that bullseye. There's that first birdie we're looking for from Ohn Scoggins. Didn't take long here on the back 9. It's snack time for Ohn. Come on.
This is Jessica Weese for her par putt. Ooh, that was looking solid. Hole 10, Gannon for birdie. Ooh, nice one. Another run back. If you haven't checked out the front 9, do that right after this back 9. Missy Gannon is putting on a show. We've had so many highlights today.
I believe she's putting Challenger SS's, and I'm sure Flight Factory's got some of those for y'all.
Hokom does not connect for her birdie putt. But Ohn captures her first birdie of the round today. That'll put a smile on your face for sure.
Yeah, this one, not only is it the transition from the front to the back, but we have the longest walk on the course here, so it really is kind of a mental reset, and takes you away from the game for a couple minutes, and I don't know, can be good for some players.
Women's lead card passing by in the background.
Kristen and Henna, 2 of our European studs that are killing it.
Let's check out hole 11. Look at all the gaps you can choose from. 335, par 3. I mean, whatever's floating your boat that day, whatever gap looks the biggest, that's the one you should take. I like the right side best. With an overstable disc and a nice flare skip into the green. I've seen some understable turnover shots and some really good sidearm shots. Excited to see what route these ladies take to get a birdie here. Gannon up first.
Pretty much looking at wind off the tail here, though it's not going to affect this shot much. Maybe a little bit off the right. That one flares pretty hard, but going to be a hyzer putt window for Missy.
If you land just short of the basket, you have an open putt. You can go too far, and it's pretty obstructed. You can see there's a lot of pencil trees they left in behind the basket. The crowd loves Ohn. I mean, why didn't Missy get that clap? Hers was just as good.
See, I know Ohn played the Lone Star Classic here a couple years back, and I think she made a lot of fans in Austin.
Did she?
During that event. So I know she hung out and probably conversed with a lot of people. And yeah, I think Ohn quickly made some new fans.
To meet Ohn is to love Ohn.
Absolutely. And yeah, you can kind of, like you said, there's a lot of trees on the backside of the screen. You can, off the tee, either really almost overdo it and try to play those trees to stop you, or you can play to the short open side of the green, which I think is the preferable play.
Hokom going for a long bid, but doesn't quite connect. Scoggins for 2 from about 40. Little low, and the leg steer doesn't work on that one. Missy Gannon for 2.
This is a good win from this putting angle, helped keep her up.
Yes!
She utilizes it so well. The power that she gets out of that standstill is just so impressive. And I feel like all her good putts are always just so center. They're not right, left, high, low. They're just like centered up, foot above the cage.
Yes!
Wow.
And Weese got the birdie. She told herself on her previous putts, get up, and she really put that one up in the air, the Annie angle, and floated it in.
We've already seen the array of Jessica's putts, and we're only 11 holes in, and yeah, she has to have one of the most diverse set of shots that she uses in tournament play on the FPO side. A lot of green to start here on the back. See if Sarah can pick one up here on the 12th. Hole 12, it's got to be one of my favorite holes on the course. Teeing with this beautiful bridge behind us and the creek down on the right. You're going to want to land a shot somewhere around these trees here to the left and give yourself maybe about 300 feet into the pin if you really execute off the tee. You got to fly it over this out of bounds golf green and ideally maybe make contact just at the end and get a nice straight skip into the screen. We will have that elevated stanchion on the basket here, adding a little stroke of difficulty to the green. Right to left wind off the tee.
Gannon up first with her back-to-back birdies on previous holes. She's saved. Haven't seen anyone skip into that little out-of-bounds area yet. Doesn't seem to be as treacherous as it looks off the tee. That's the same direction Weese threw yesterday. I thought yesterday was a mistake, but now I'm thinking that's an intentional play.
If you can play it out left of that out of bounds bunker, it's wide open, but it takes some extra distance to get there.
Oh, and Ohn's shot unfortunately rolls out of bounds here on hole 12.
Yeah, just guide that one a little bit. Sarah flexing this one. Test the out of bounds and it jumps into it.
I just had to say that, didn't I? Just had to say it. I'm sorry, Sarah. You can blame that one on me.
Yeah, you'll see all these trees have a little sand concrete bags around them, creating erosion control. And one of those bunkers, the kind of bean-shaped one with multiple trees, is out of bounds. The rest of them do not play out of bounds, but you do not get extra relief off of them, so they can make some tricky footing, like for Missy's shot here. She turns this one over a little bit. Like I said, she was probably only focused on her feet, and it made the line kind of suffer because of it.
She's safe in bounds. She can play it for par. Now, Hokom has a window, but she also has a low ceiling and these branches right in front of her face. She makes the low ceiling. That's looking good. Get up there.
Oh my gosh, she was just one rotation of spin from finding herself in bounds there and just The gravity of that green just pulls her back.
1 disc's worth. This is Ohn's 3rd shot, and she's too cut off to attack the green from there. She'll have to settle for the layup.
Even on the layup, she's throwing a Halo Destroyer.
That's what...
Owen's all gas, no brakes. I love it.
That's what she's got. Destroyers, a leopard, and a rock. And a pig sometimes.
True. And then
and
a
look
stack
how great
of 8
she
putters,
is.
and she's making every one of them.
Isn't she like the 2nd or 3rd highest ranked
Something
female
to be said for simplicity in
the
your
division?
game.
I mean, yeah. Just learn what you're good at and, excel at it.
You don't have to do everything well to be great at disc golf, and sometimes you can win tournaments even just playing a couple shots that you're playing crisp and making putts.
Missy Gannon's 3rd shot, looking to play for par. Well, you didn't want to throw that in, Missy? Thanks a lot.
You got to find the balance. You want to be as well-rounded as you can, but know your strengths, and putting is a strength of Ohn's as she casts that one.
Good par putt from Weese.
Yeah, and hole 12 played at 0.45 strokes over par today, so definitely a challenging hole, but the birdie's still there, and I think it creates some good scoring separation.
I think hole 12 is my favorite hole on the course.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of players say that this weekend.
Sarah Hokom will card the unfortunate double here on the 12th. Scorecard's looking good for Missy Gannon. Let's check out hole 13. Uphill, 310 feet, plays more like 330, 340. You've got out of bounds on the right. If you land right, it makes the putt a little trickier, a little more death putt. If you can't park it, I'd prefer to land lower left, giving you more of an uphill putt that feels a little bit safer to me. This is very reachable for this division, so I'm expecting to see some 2s here. It's moving day, ladies.
Yeah.
Gannon up first.
With the only danger here being right, it's easy to let your mind drift to it, even though it feels like it could be easy to also avoid, and Missy bounces out of it after entering in.
Those type of shots are what keeps me coming back. I like the luck of disc golf.
Yeah, that one got me a little excited for sure. Was not expecting.
Weese will have a birdie putt from about 35.
Oh, and cranks on this one. She got the nose up on the tee on the last one, and trying to maybe correct for that error here. Get yourself a long chance down in that spot you're talking about. Maybe looking to be a few feet closer, but it's a safe place. Sarah putting this one up beautifully.
That'll be a birdie putt for Sarah Hokom.
Yeah, Missy having to lay up.
There's no reason to go for that one.
Yeah, she would have had to almost throw a little chip backhand at that uphill distance to get there, and the way it runs way behind, it's not worth it here on a hole that's kind of a bonus.
Hokom for 2. She gave it the right height.
Yeah, I also like this hole. I wouldn't hate maybe even an out-of-bounds line on that cart path, just to punish the shots that are really errant off to the left, not make you just be able to bail out. But I think it's a solid hole as is. Still a hard birdie to get.
No birds from this card on hole 13. And a short walk up the hill.
Let's see if Sarah can get that first birdie here on the 14th. This par 3 plays through our big triple mandatory truss, though it doesn't really affect the angle of the shot, just kind of frames it up for you. all this is safe right here, and then we have the out of bounds creep in on the right, creating this rectangular peninsula of inbounds up on the flat tier of this golf driving range. Steep drop just left of the basket, maybe a meter over, down to the out of bounds line. That's probably 25 feet. I like that design. It's not just the out of bounds line right there next to it to where it rolls, and you don't have to make a long comebacker. So you really have to trust the disc and place it accurately on a tense tee shot.
Gannon using a Zeus for that hyzer flare skip, and she'll have a circle's edge putt for 2. Weese also opting for that hyzer attack at it, skipping off the top and rolling barely inbounds. That'll be a tester putt. That's one you might not want to go for. You already know Scoggins with a destroyer. She'll have a circle's edge putt for 2. I like that angle that Scoggins is at, where you're not putting towards the downhill, just back towards the flat spot.
Sarah yanks this one. Gonna need some fortunate ground action.
World Champ Love rolled back in bounds. No
Curls
surprise
up.
there. I love the enthusiasm of the spotter. Yeah, he wasn't even opting for the flag today. He was just giving us that pump. I loved it.
At this range, this hole might look simple to you guys, and while if you throw it on a flat ground with no side slope on the left, these players might birdie it nearly every time. It's a mental hole. It really challenges your fortitude. And Sarah just a bit short on that tailwind uphill putt. You can see from there how high the basket was above her head.
Scoggins does not connect for her birdie putt here on the 14th, and you can see from her body language it's a bit frustrating. Missy Gannon for 2. Death putt. Bang.
That's a putt that only strong putters go for confidently, and Missy collecting on a good birdie here. She's moving up on this back 9, finds herself at 3 down, 1 down for the event. Ohn. Team Ohn. That's right. Letting the people know. She the Matteo of FPO disc golf in terms of just fans loving just her charisma and character. I think so.
Why disc golf? It's the people. It's fun.
It's the lucky shots. It's the feeling.
So come out.
Grab a disc.
Or 2, and let it fly with Lone Star Disc.
Welcome back. Hole 15, the funnest tee shot on the course. Par 3, 425 feet downhill. You can just send it, but not too much. It's out of bounds behind the basket. Also, you've got this OB golf green. Now, the field on the right is completely safe, so you can just bail out over there if you're not really seeing the line. There is OB left. However, the perfect straight shot or the perfect hyzer can get you a putt for 2. And I would love to see a birdie here today. Haven't seen one yet in the FPO division. Gannon up first.
Definitely reachable for all these players, but we've been having the wind off the right shoulder, making this one so much more tricky than different wind directions might be, and making you play a stable disc on the edge. And if you don't hit the wing right, it really will skip left like Missy's does, or dig down to the right.
And Gannon's made it right at circle's edge. She'll be putting for birdie. And Weese is opting for the bailout.
Oh my gosh. I think she maybe wanted to turn that one a little more out of the hand. I think she's not mad at being right over there, but
I think that's a great spot to be. It's just a short little upshot from over there. Not really sure if that was the intention.
Ohn playing this one just above the hill. Skips left off the green. She'll have a simple chip up. But she'll have to come in with good pace control.
Hokom with the trace. Coming in with a nice flex line. She'll have a pitch up at it. Same Missy, the only one with a real chance at 2.
Nice shot from Jessica. Looking for it to settle, and it looks like it finally does. Over there for about 15 feet, maybe 18. Ohn can't even see the basket with this mound in front of her. See if she's in that typical bullseye tap-in range we like to see her.
Swat it down.
Yeah, this one might not look like too much behind, but you see a lot of kind of soft bids from up top like that. Find that out of bounds long if they don't catch anything.
Missy Gannon a little low on that birdie putt. I wanted to see that go in. Hokom for par.
Squeaks it over the rim there. Par is a good score, like you said, here on hole 15. I think if the wind is off the left shoulder or more of a tailwind, I think FPL Division we would definitely be seeing quite a few birdies on this one. Like Holly said, this is the hole the fans are lining up to want to go over there and throw that driver that they just had. Missy Gannon and Paige Pierce, Holly Finley signed for them.
No harm done here on hole 15. Pars for everyone. Par for you, par for you, par for you.
Ohn may be dealing with some allergies. Austin is well known for being one of the allergy capitals of the United States. It's pretty bad here. And hole 16, you have an invisible lake on the left side, all out of bounds, 515 feet. You want to play a placement shot over somewhere in this landing zone, maybe just under these 2 pecan trees, or if you're more risky, you'll be somewhere on the flat there by the out of bounds line, opening up your ceiling and your footing. Then you're playing another shot across that out of bounds corner at the end and trying to beat this big pecan tree into the green. Give yourself a putt. This one, definitely attackable.
Let me know in the comments if you say pecan or pecan. I'm a pecan. Gannon, that's a good shot, but being up against that tree could make it tough to get all the way over to the green.
It's because she didn't tell it to get off the tree. That's all I do here. I throw it at the trees and I just say, don't be on the tree.
And it works?
Sometimes it works. Most of the time.
50% of the time, every time?
Yeah, you just got to make your putts, though.
Weese is safe. Now, I've seen Paige Pierce take this route yesterday, right of all of the trees. You can still get up and down from there, and you stay really far away from that OB edge.
Yeah, there's one branch hanging off that first pecan that really tests those shots if you're trying to push to the second 2 pecans. And I think that right side kind of takes that out of play, where even if you do get knocked down, the par is really easy. Now you don't have to stress for that possible bogey if you don't get up and down. But Ohn showing she's still looking to attack. Oh, but just needed that one to hold a little longer.
She'll have to progress forward and play her next shot from the edge of the OB line. And Missy, as we mentioned, right up on that tree. It's such a great shot, but that is just an inconvenience.
Yeah, so unfortunate. She's 1 to 2 meters in any direction. This is going to be an almost guaranteed up and down birdie for Missy, but having to bust out the standstill forehand.
Go, go, go. Excellent.
That was a scary shot to execute, but Missy showing why she is one of the top pros. She has an array of shots and has the confidence to execute under pressure.
Weese in an ideal position to get all the way to the green.
Yeah,
ooh, and she does just that. I love it. Bullseye. Practically a drop in.
Sarah puts this one high enough to let it fight back, and she cleanly gets around that same tree, just like Jessica. That one felt like it was going to get around, though. For some reason, it felt a little cleaner, but both in a great spot.
This is Ohn's fourth shot. Parks it.
Missy with the uphill stance, not quite able to push the disc down enough. But that was a respectable bid.
Hokom with a birdie here on hole 16.
Yeah, his whole suits in a nice forehand off the tee if you have the guts to test that out of bounds off the tee. And then you can kind of throw the same shot coming into the green, so if you execute it once, you can do it twice.
Hokom's first birdie of the back nine, and Ohn will walk away here with a bogey. Missy Gannon still remaining under par. Let's check out hole 17. Look at it, would you? Just look at it. I love this wooded hole.
Holly's Dreamland.
Off the tee, it's really more of a straight shot if you want to land in a good position. If you have a super technical Annie, you can try to bend it around the corner, or a forehand, land somewhere right back there at the corner. If you're good at tunnel shots, send it right through here, right under the basket, and get yourself a 3. This hole is causing a lot of trouble for a lot of folks. Let's see how Weese can navigate it. She's up first on hole 17.
It's going to be testing that corner tree, and that was a solid kick. Looks like she'll probably still be kind of pinched from the window, but she'll be able to make some progress from there. Sarah also catches the inside of that same big pecan that you really got to narrowly miss to get around the corner.
Ooh, and Missy going around that big tree. Prime position.
Piers the fairway.
Prime.
Let's see if she goes forehand or backhand into the green. I'm going to guess she's going to go with that backhand. Oh, and also looking down that same window. They have a sight line to the basket, and
oh, that is just annoying. She said it.
oh, another left-hand forehand out of Jessica. I thought I just had deja vu for a second.
Ooh.
Different result this time, though. Not able to get through cleanly. Ohn going with that touch of turn on the backhand.
That's a little left. That's
Early.
a little left. And she kicks hard left out of bounds.
Yeah, not only are there a ton of trees, but there's an out-of-bounds line on the left that comes into play quick as soon as you take a kick that direction, and the backhand spin tends to want to make you kick left when you're coming through with a bunch of trees like this.
This is Jessica Weese's third shot.
That's something to note, though. If you have a shot like this and you feel good with forehand and backhand, and you have out-of-bounds on one side, maybe you play this direction of spin that most often kicks the opposite direction.
Ohn has abandoned her previous throw, and she's now throwing again from her same lie.
She shaved through nicely. She should definitely have a look over there.
A much better result. This is Missy Gannon's second shot. Longest drive of the group.
Goes backhand. Just a bit too much turn. Asks for it to get lucky. And it's kind of neutral right there.
Hokom still scrambling just to get to that other opening. Oh.
Maybe caught her hand on the tree right there. I don't know. Looked like she looked at the back of her hand.
This is Hokom's fourth shot. Forehand roller. Getting skinny.
You'll see a lot of forehand rollers here. That one was perfected. I mean,
The crowd
I don't
loved
hate it. It's creative, and it makes the disc skinny, and there's a lot of skinny gaps. Jess narrowly avoids the one that would have kept her at circle's edge and gets down there to just outside bullseye.
This is Gannon for birdie.
Oh, just needed a couple more rotations, and all smiles for Missy. She's having a solid round, playing clean, and it's hard to do on this course. Clean on the back, at least.
Ohn having to stretch way out. Cans the
Wow.
bogey putt.
Pretty much unable to use her legs on that putt. There's all wrist and elbow action there. That was impressive. Good balance. Jessica having to go a little hyzer putt to straddle around the trees.
Hokom carding another double here on the back nine. Unfortunately, eating away that birdie she got on the previous hole. Missy Gannon still remains under par.
The 18th is a fun finisher if you like daunting holes that are hard to score birdies on and create some stress for the players coming down the stretch. Play it just left of this green and then decide, do you want to attack and try to get your birdie or pitch up again so you can just take your easy par. Yesterday this one played almost 2 strokes over par with that strong right to left wind coming into the green. We still have that same wind direction, a little more mild today though, and this one was dethroned by 17 as the hardest hole, but still today played at just 1 stroke, 0.04 over par.
Gannon up first. Taking a little bit of a shorter approach. Landing on the left side. From that position, she could attack the green.
This is holding way too long for Jessica.
And she'll be safe over there. She
Wow.
can pitch up to that sidewalk area and play the hole for par.
She comes up just short of that hazard bunker. Definitely a scary shot. Ohn's fighting back, held straight for a long time, and nice gentle ground play. Sarah riding left. Somehow stays nose up enough to fade late.
Feels good to see the green flag here on the 18th. Hokom with her second shot.
She's going across here.
That's aggressive.
And at least gets to make progress past that brown tree on the corner. And yeah, she's looking at an easy up and down for bogey, which isn't the worst on this hole. Actually, it's the average.
Ohn gets lucky and hits that corner OB stake, and
Wow.
she's safe in the fairway.
Jessica has to put a little more hyzer on this one as she's pinched off to the right.
Wow, I'm so impressed that she actually went up to the green instead of just laying up again.
Takes a lot of power to throw that shot there, you guys, and takes a lot of trust.
Super impressed. Missy Gannon with the best positioning, in my opinion. Really love this. Oh, it's going left. Is it going to stick in the grass? It doesn't.
Just a bit dry on this green coming in. It's definitely one that gets rode on by the carts, I think, a little bit sometimes, and maybe the water just runs off it, killing the grass in some spots. And
The thing about that, she's so far up there, she could still make her putt for par.
Sarah coming in nice and touchy, Putting it close.
Smooth upshot from Ohn.
Nice little nose up forehand for Jessica. One that makes you want to kind of bid it because it's uphill and it has a backstop, but at the end of this course, a lot of times you want to get it over with, and if you're not close enough to really run it, might not be worth adding the extra stress. Unless you're just here for the people and you want to make fans, and honestly, the people want to see you throw it in.
It's a good par to finish on for Jessica Weese. Gannon finishing with a bogey, but still a very solid round from her.
Ohn.
I love the love for Ohn.
It's awesome to see the support the Austin community is given to Ohn today, and shout out to everyone for coming and bringing some energy to the cards.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. We appreciate you supporting the FPO division, especially watching this coverage. Look at the leaderboard. Paige Pearson first, Kristen Tatar in second. Missy Gannon snuck up into third, tied with Holland Hanley. Weese in sixth, tied with Vanessa Van Dyken. And Katrina Allen, who shot today's hottest round, moving up 13 spots, the biggest jump of the day, along with myself, 13 spots.
Holly with that 3 down. Don't forget to check her and myself out. Links in the description below. Don't forget to check out the coverage coming tomorrow. We got a sweet card and final day. The players know the course as good as any day, and they're ready to put on a show for you guys. So let's see what's in store.